folks. Hey, George here. Hey, I have another project that I wanted to share. I built it a couple weeks ago, and I had some leftover plastic from the Zkart and some aluminum, and I had seen a couple of guys downtown in San Clemente a while back, and they had some of these gas motors put in their bikes. And I don't know if you've seen that, but there's a lot of guys that, you can buy a kit. They're buying these kits online, and you can get either a gas kit or an electric kit, and you can motorize your bike. If you get a gas kit, there's a gas motor that typically will go in the center of the frame of the bike, and then it attaches to the rear wheel with a chain. And the problem with the gas kit is most of them are two-stroke, which are loud, and they put out a lot of exhaust. And the rear wheel of your bike is not really designed for that. If you have a gas motor in there, you're going to have problems with your spokes, and your bike's not going to handle very well. It's heavy, and it just totally changes the characteristics of the bike, and these narrow bicycle tires aren't really made for that. If you go with an electric kit, it's a hub, and it's a big heavy hub that goes in the center of the rim. So you either have to get the hub and the rim, or you have to take your existing rim and then have a bicycle shop mount the hub into your rim. And then you're going to have a battery pack. It's either going to be lithium ion or you're going to have lead acid batteries, and that's heavy, and that still adds more weight to the bike. And the problem with both of those choices is you're taking your bike and you're converting it into a motorized bike. And you can't get your bike back unless you take all that stuff off. And a lot of times you're drilling holes and you're ruining the bike. If you have an expensive bike, a $2,000 or $3,000 bike that has a carbon fiber frame or whatever, you're not going to want to do any of that kind of stuff to your bike. So I thought of this idea, and I call it a bike pod. And it's basically a trailer. It attaches to the back of the bike, and it clamps on. You're not drilling any holes. You're not scratching the paint. It's a plastic clamp that I came up with. You attach that. There's a throttle cable here that runs up to your handlebars with a little thumb throttle, and I just have a Velcro strip that I attach the throttle cable to the bike frame with. So it takes literally about 5 minutes to attach it to the bike and 5 minutes to take it off of the bike. If you wanted to have the bike pod push you to, I don't know, 20 miles from home and then detach it and then go mountain biking and come back, it's kind of cool. You can do that. And it is quiet. And what I did, the way I made it, is there's one rear wheel, and that's it. All it is a motor and a wheel. That's it. There's no brakes. There's nothing else complicated about it. This arm right here is attached to a swivel. I made the swivel by taking a caster wheel. I'm guessing it was about a 3-inch caster wheel I had laying around. I removed the wheel and I flipped it upside down. And, it's a bearing caster wheel, and it works out perfect. So that's what's attached here. The frame I just made from the plastic that I had left over from the Zkart. And the motor, I put some thought into choosing this motor. It's a 2.5 horsepower Honda 4-stroke motor. I wanted a 4-stroke because it's quiet, it's clean burning, or cleaner burning than a 2-stroke. But most importantly, it only weighs 12 pounds. Now, the way that Honda gets 2.5 horse from only 12 pounds is they make it higher revving. A typical 2.5 horse gas engine like you see on a lawnmower is going to weigh about 30-35 pounds, and it's going to be 3,600 RPM. So this is double the RPM, but it's half the weight. But that works out fine, but I had to address the high RPM by adding a jack shaft. So the motor has a clutch attached to it, a centrifugal clutch, and from that clutch there's a chain that goes to a jack shaft, and then from that shaft there's another chain that goes to the rear wheel. And so that gives me the desired RPM that I want. And right now the way it's geared, it goes, I'm going to say about 20 miles an hour, and you really don't want to go faster than 20 miles an hour on a bicycle. But you cruise easily at 20 miles an hour. It goes up hills. If I want to, I could easily add a rack on here to add an ice chest, or to, I don't know, maybe you got a surfboard or a boogie board or something like that that you want to attach, and you can cruise down to the beach and cruise back, detach it from your bike, and then you get your normal bike back. This arm, when you detach it, you flip it around and it becomes a handle, and you can lift this thing up and stick it in your trunk, and then put your bike on your bike rack and go wherever you want to go. And just to show you how maneuverable it is, this can kind of give you an idea. You know, you can see where it's just easy to steer and lightweight. And if it does run out of gas, you can pedal home, although you do feel the weight. But it was a fun project, and it's easy to make, and you could make it out of wood if you wanted to, but I just wanted to share it and give some young guys some ideas of what they can do with their bike. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it inspires somebody to have a fun project. Thanks for watching.